Welcome back to X-Play. I'm once again joined by industry legend and huge Red Sox fan, Mr. Pete Wanat. Thank you so much for hanging around and do a little more of the chit-chatty.
Yeah, I love this. So
now, I can say this comfortably to you because you are the living exception to the rule. Most movie-based games are not good, but Riddick, Scarface, and then here Wanted, clearly you know how to get around that problem. What's your trick that other people have not, latched onto?
I mean, I think the most obvious thing is we never approach doing a game based on a movie as doing a game based on a movie. We just figure out what are the most fun elements that we want to convey, and we build the core mechanics. So in Wanted, it's curved bullets and chaining cover and melee combat as well as assassin time. So we take those four mechanics and then we build them up really slowly and organically from the very beginning. We try to do a large pre-production time, and then you have to be just incredibly diligent about protecting your resource. So many times when you work with Hollywood, they push you in different directions, and the gaming space, you have to defend it. And so, you're making your own game, and you have to really be the defender of that faith. And so as long as you approach it that way, I think you get quality stuff out of it.
I would assume also that even if it's a good action movie, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good action game. And that how selective are you in what property you would actually want to transform into a video game?
Well, I mean, if you can't see the game in it, then just walk away as fast as possible. But for us, we're really lucky because Universal has so many IPs in terms of films that are these great worlds to be in. And that's really what we try to do. We try to find that world that, you want to get into and play and have an interactive experience. We love films, but films really, very passive. You sit there and you watch it, you don't interact with it at all. And so for us, it's really a matter of taking it to the actionable level and what can I do once I'm in the world, how can I play it, and most importantly, with any game, got to make it fun. If it's not fun, don't even bother to do it.
All right, one quick question before we get to the virtual audience. I always love to talk about video game violence with you because you're good and outspoken. Are you seeing things improving? Because I've been seeing the ESRB get a little feisty as of lately.
Well, I mean, look, ESRB has to do its job, and look, we make mature games. It's like making R-rated movies. Kids shouldn't play these games without, parental permission. And we got to keep it like that because the ESRB actually makes it easier for us to push the content.
Have that content in the game.
And we go back to sort of, the guys at Rockstar who sort of, paved the way for, the fact that you can really do and tell more mature elements in games. And whether, it was stuff back with The Thing where we did, had one of the first suicides in a game, and that's a really touchy subject. But in the context of that story, it made sense. And as long as you're putting violence in because it makes sense in the story or the gameplay, and it's not just gratuitous.
Exactly. That's where we get into trouble. We're going to hold on to you for 1 second, but now that I've got all my questions out of the way, we're going to open it up to the people at home. So, Pete, I'd like to introduce you to my bajillion floaty head friends, the virtual audience. All right, joining us tonight is Alex from Virginia, which I believe is Hoth, Virginia. What is your question, Alex?
Using the assassin time gameplay in Wanted, is it going to be more similar to playing bullet time in Matrix and Max Payne, or are we experiencing something totally new in this one?
Yeah, it is similar in the sense that it does have that slowdown mode. But what we wanted to do is, unlike sort of Max Payne or Matrix, where you have a button press that activates it, here you can jump into assassin time, as Ryan was just doing on the screen, where you actually come out of cover into slow motion. So it allows you to use cover as a tactical mechanic. Like I said before, that cover tends to be more offensive, and this is one of the tools in your offensive arsenal.
So it's not just to excuse having too many enemies on screen at a certain time.
That's right.
All right, next we have Jason from Massachusetts. Jason, what's on your mind?
Is there any exclusive content for either system?
The game is the equal on all systems. What we do is take advantage of what systems do, what systems have better performance on different aspects. We try to make the most of it. But you're getting the same game on all systems, and that's really to make sure that anybody who gets that doesn't feel like they missed out on any content.
You're not going to stoke a flame war on our message boards? Oh, Pete. All right, good. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for all of your questions out there. And Pete, once again, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks so much for having us.
Come by anytime.